Rob's Media uploaded a video that I've been meaning to watch. It's Idiot Influencers Legal Mindset. Dude, I haven't actually covered Legal Mindset on the channel yet, but for those of you guys who don't know, Legal Mindset is basically like the Taylor Lorenz equivalent of the anti-Hassan sphere. Like, he pretends to be a lawyer, like, he gives, like, legal advice, but he is, like, super unprofessional. I remember watching this one video he put out where he just went on a unhinged rant about Antifa trying to hunt him down and kill him, and then being like, I will be like the next Charlie Kirk or whatever. And it's just like, he is very, dude, like, Legal Mindset is a fucking hack. Like, he's basically what Taylor Lorenz is to a journalist as a lawyer, basically. So yeah, and also he's like buddy with like Tectone and his sphere, generally speaking. So yeah, I mean, Legal Mindset has generally always given me some very strange vibes, and yeah, I've already seen this video, but we are going to find out why as we go through it.
Hey everyone, welcome to Go East. And as always, this is a channel where we help men escape the collapsing West for the East.
Andrew Esquire, better known as Legal Mindset, is a law tuber who's become more
So I guess Legal Mindset is also anti-West? You'd think they'd be buddy-buddy with Hassan.
prominent over the past year due to his coverage of Itali, Johnny Somali, and the recent Ethan Klein lawsuits. Though the reason why I'm covering this man is more so because of his sketchy, recent past. One he's been trying to hide, despite how relevant it is to understand this man. Let's just say, I don't think this guy is as credible as he makes himself appear to be.
No, definitely not. I mean, there's always been, like, something very wrong about this. Like, I know law tubers generally are a little bit strange, to be honest. I would say Bruce Rivers is, like, kind of okay. And then Legal Eagle is, like, my favorite. I would say Legal Eagle is probably the best one if you want, like, an actual, like, solid law tuber. Legal Mindset is just a very, like, he's a passport bro, basically. I mean, like, he doesn't even live in the US, but he, like, pretends to care about, like, US law.
The Legal Mindset channel began in late 2020, uploading informational and entertaining videos on various legal subjects. Pretty standard stuff. Though despite the genius clickbait, barely anyone cared about these videos. So Andrew changed up his strategy a bit. He started hopping on the Disney's Gone Woke bandwagon, producing videos like he was a knockoff of The Quartering.
I've obtained leaked video from Disney's upcoming show Baymax, which promotes the transgender flag and the idea that men can have periods.
Wow. Great. So, on top of Legal Mindset not understanding what the fuck he's talking about, he just went down the anti-woke pipeline. Terrific.
To children as young as 2 years old, because this is targeted towards children that are.
It's from Big Hero 6, right?
Plus. Yeah, Big Hero 6, the children's movie. It's
This
not.
is This is a little kid's movie from Pixar. Pixar again, folks.
And I
The
will
soul of Pixar is gone since John Lasseter was driven out from Disney.
I'm not trying to be that guy, but, like, if Legal Mindset is a passport bro, which we're going to get into more later in this video, definitely, but, like, if Legal Mindset is a passport bro, I feel like he has absolutely no right to say that kids who feel like they aren't born in the right body are being groomed into being trans, and they're trying to promote, like, this sexual thing to kids. Like, you're a passport bro, and you go to other countries, like, you're in, like, what, Taiwan or whatever, or you're in, like, fucking... Like, I'm pretty sure that's, like, Goonerland for a lot of people, because I guess, like, they can't get a woman from the West who would be able to defend themselves more. And also, Taiwan and a lot of these places have a lot of people that are underage as well. Like, and it's also legal to do things underage there as well. People get fucking freaky there. So, I don't know. If you're a passport bro, I feel like you just have no right to say that, like, kids are getting groomed into being trans.
Mm-hmm. He got Me Too'd, okay? For no reason.
Yeah.
He did not do anything wrong. This was so overblown.
The fuck are you saying? John Lasseter was accused of groping staff members and kissing them without their consent. John even acknowledged these incidents as missteps, and mutually decided to leave his company. That's definitely way worse than a bunch of animators including a pride flag in a cartoon. And there are arguments to be made against Disney.
Is the argument that, like, Legal Mindset wasn't making a video on that at the time, but instead they were focusing on, like, kids feeling like they weren't born in the right body?
but it's always the worst kind of people to go after them just to score points in the culture war.
If you keep the same writers, the same people that are pumping out failing woke garbage, yeah, that's not going to work well. You've got to go and you've got to purge all of that. You got to throw it all away. You got to start new. You've got to, come up.
Makes sense why he and Tectone are buddies. Jesus Christ, what a fucking loser. Holy shit.
With a team that's not totally invested in injecting their woke politics at every turn. That's going to be a problem.
Oh my god, dude. It's like, you don't even inject woke politics into anything. Like, to be fair, like, the identity of being gay or trans, like, shouldn't even be political, but the reason why those topics become so political is because the right and, like, Republicans are actively trying to pass laws to take away their rights. And that's why they get injected into, like, everything. And they have this idea that, like, they're grooming kids into being trans, but, like, a lot of Republicans and right-wingers are religious, and so therefore, even though that is, like, more likely to harm and, like, groom children into something rather than, like, being gay or trans.
That's going to be...
This is a bit hypocritical to say, as even in Andrew's more recent videos, his right-wing bias will stick out like a sore thumb, even in videos where that shouldn't be a factor. This grift clearly didn't work for him, as he soon shifted his content again towards discussing...
Bro, this fucking, like, close-up of, like, legal mindset is, like, really creeping me out. I don't know why. I feel like I'm playing a horror game here.
Internet drama, obviously through a legal lens. This got him some connections, even befriending Mudahar and the Lolicon guy.
Oh, Nuxtaku. Of course. Nuxtaku and Tectone, like, it's all within that, like, same sphere.
Though, of course, with the more attention he got, Moore became aware of some shady stuff he was doing. For one, he and some other law-tubers were promoting this Law of Self-Defense course, which has some insanely high prices. It teaches these classes the same way as in law school, yet isn't accredited by any academic organization, so I don't know why any aspiring lawyer or legal professional would spend thousands of dollars on this. One of the so-called professors of these courses is Steve Gosney, who worked for the Miami-Dade State Attorney's Office in Florida. From the surface, Steve seems to be this kind-hearted Christian man who could do no wrong.
Hierarchy, money, privilege, women, every goddamn day. That's what we do.
Andrew,
Yes, ma'am.
this is a good Christian broadcast.
You should make him send you a super chat every time you
should
drop
send me
the
a super
GD.
I'm sorry. Did I say a bad word?
You
I
said
didn't
the
notice.
Lord's name in
Sorry.
vain, which is a sin. And I will
I'm
just
sorry.
say that I'm trying to make you a better man.
Oh, great. But he's probably a passport bro himself, right? If he hangs out with people like Legal Mindset, is he in on all the passport bro stuff? Because it's been a little bit since I watched this video. I don't remember, like, the whole story with Steve Gosney.
So to my surprise, I found this January 2025 article talking about a self-published sex novel, Death Penalty Desires, the Miami Herald wrote. The fictional book is full of crude sexual violence, including descriptions of a transgender person as a man-beast of a mutilated crotch.
Why the fuck is the screen all glitchy like that? Dude, like, for a little bit, like, in the beginning, I thought that was my screen and not anyone else's. Okay, it's just on the video. Thank God.
And depicts female characters as having an intrinsic need to submit to a masculine man. Prosecutors in the book are craven and corrupt. A homeless person is a grubby bum, and an Arab-looking doctor is referred to as a camel jockey. Honestly,
Sounds awfully red-pilled.
this just sounds like the male version of the smut books the girlies talk about on TikTok. This novel can easily...
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know, like, not for nothing, but, like, men and women can submit to each other. Mainly women do submit to men. Like, that is a thing. But the way that he worded it, like, it sounded, like, awfully, like, red-pilled. Like, just to be clear, like, obviously gendered roles are a thing, right? Like, men do one thing, women do another thing. Ideally, we want to get to a place where eventually they'll both be equal, right? I would like to, anyways. That's my perspective. Ideally, we should get to a place where they're both equally each other. But I think we're a long way from that. And, like, it's just because of all the history we've had, all of the, like, gendered roles we've had in society that are so, like, deeply ingrained into our culture. So I think that, like, we are, we're a little bit away from that. But, like, the way Steve Gosney worded it just sounded so red-pilled.
easily be found on his personal website, with an autographed copy selling for $25. Wow, that's a good deal. Fuck, maybe I should buy this book. Miami is only a couple of hours away from me, so maybe I
Damn, Rob's Media being a little bit of a gooner here?
can just drive over to his house and pick it up. Unrelated, but if this guy's your lawyer, you are going to jail. Imagine ruining your legal career so you can write this shit. It's so bizarre. Steve didn't get fired though, instead leaving on his own accord. Obviously, this is Legal Mindset's top guy.
Steve Ghazi is a personal friend of mine. So Steve Ghazi is not really as much a law tuber. He's a lawyer. He's a real lawyer who does real law. And he is a personal friend of mine. I met him. I met his family. They're lovely people. They're great people. He is a great dad. He's a great husband. So Steve, if you're out there, I love you. Appreciate you. You're good, but that's a personal thing. You know, Steve is a personal friend of mine.
Isn't Legal Mindset also like a Christian as well? Isn't he like also religious despite being like a fucking weird pass bro himself? And like, wouldn't being like a pass bro be like a form of blasphemy to some capacity?
On a higher
Hey, poet didn't know it.
level.
This live stream is from 4 months ago, by the way, so way after the article came out. If you want to argue guilt by association, go ahead. But you can pick your friends, and Legal Mindset loves to collab with this guy and platform him. Though honestly, Andrew's behavior outside of work is far more concerning, as in 2022 we faced 2 different lawsuits. One is from American Express, and the other is from Wells Fargo, both relating to unpaid credit card payments. There's a Twitter
Can't pay off your credit cards. Incredible.
thread going over the most important information regarding
Wow.
these cases if you want to check them out. It'll be linked down below, along with my other sources, though it's pretty much word for word what's written on a 2023 Kiwi Farmers post. In the Wells Fargo case, Andrew owed between $8,000 and $30,000, though it was claimed on the Miami-Dade County Clerk's website that it was less than $15,000. On August 27, 2022, someone attempted to serve Andrew, but he was nowhere to be found, the process server wrote. I spoke with an individual who indicated they were the employee, and
So it really does sound like Legal Mindset is the kind of person that just is like irresponsible when it comes to everything about their life. They can't pay off their credit cards properly. I also heard, and don't quote me on this, but I heard somewhere that he was about to get married to someone. He was actually going to get married, but then he wound up not going through with the marriage, or someone wound up not going through with the marriage. And then he wound up just like being a fucking passport bro and moving to like Taiwan to like fucking just like, I guess, sleep with other women who would submit to him more. And to be honest, I think that's pathetic. Like, just because you can't get a woman in the West who has, like, more boundaries over themselves, who can set more firm boundaries with themselves, you get with women overseas because they're not going to have as strong boundaries. I think that's loser shit. That's pathetic.
they stated subject unknown.
I'm not saying he's, like, a rapist or whatever. Like, that's not the energy I'm coming at this with, but I still think it's, like, very, like that's weird to me. That's gross.
This is a mailbox and no one knows who he is. American Express also had a hard time reaching him. Andrew owed them somewhere under $30,000, and they tried 5 separate times to reach him. The process server wrote, family relative house but defendant does not reside. According to Mrs. Vicky, did not provide current whereabouts. After the 5th time, they wrote, does not reside at address, no longer live in the country. If you're somehow not aware, Andrew is currently living in Thailand, though previously spent time in South Korea and the Philippines.
I live in a country full.
Oh, Thailand, not Taiwan. Thailand. Okay, I got that mixed up. So yeah, no, Thailand was the place that is like Goonerland, basically, for a lot of people.
Time. So when I see foreigners crossing these boundaries, whether it's here in Thailand, in Korea, in Japan, the Philippines, countries I lived in Korea, lived in Philippines. I've spent a lot of
Why? And you're a lawyer for the U.S. Why do you care about U.S. law if you're moving to all these other countries?
time in Japan. Of course, I live in Thailand. It hurts me. It genuinely hurts me to see people crossing these boundaries. When I see somebody doing this, that is a painful for me. And I know that I'm not
What boundaries are we talking about?
even a citizen. I'm not even a national.
Many have speculated that Andrew fled America in order to avoid these lawsuits, though he recently denied this, showing supposed airplane tickets to Orlando, along with photographs.
Here's me at the wedding of Legal Bites with a ton of other big creators that can all confirm I was there. Ian Runkle's already posted under it. Uncivil's posted. Hey,
Bro, he's like the odd one out. Like, look at everybody. Like, everybody's at this, like, wedding, and they're all just, like, smiling at the camera, and then you have just Legal Mindset right here. He's just looking off to the side. Like, Legal Mindset's probably, like, that one awkward kid in class who was just, like, looking off to the side. He was, like, that one odd one out.
You know, we all saw Andrew. He's real. We know he comes to the U.S. He's not banned from the U.S. And this is ridiculous narrative that people try to say, oh, I'm some criminal on the run. I come back to the U.S. every single year. I have global entry. I'm in good standing with the bar. Absolutely ridiculous. And here's my 2024 flight. Here's my stream. So I returned to the Philippines. At that point, I was trying out the Philippines. I was living there in June.
He was trying out the Philippines, living there in June. Dude, what the fuck is this? He's like trying out all these different countries to be like the fucking biggest passport bro he can be. Is it because he just have that much trouble like finding a woman in the West, in like America, or like anywhere in North America? Do you just have that much trouble?
24, that's my flight. And here I stream from the Alfond Inn in Orlando. So all the A-logs out there can go look up the Alfond Inn and look what it looks like.
Though it is important to point out that both cases against him are closed. Either Andrew got them resolved, or he's no longer being searched for. This information would get brought up again in July 2025, after the YouTuber Alex Novell made a documentary on Johnny Somali. In it, he criticizes various YouTubers like Legal Mindset for milking the drama, arguing that it'll only help Johnny's career. While making this documentary, Alex tried
So yeah, I haven't really dived into the Johnny Somali stuff. I know it was like kind of a huge thing though, where like it was like lawsuits that happened, he got arrested. I have not dived into the Johnny Somali rabbit hole. Let me know if you guys want me to cover it though. If there's like a good video covering everything on the Johnny Somali stuff, I'll definitely react to it if you guys are interested. So let me know in the comments if anyone's watching.
Contacting Andrew for an interview, who declined, citing he was busy. Alex then decided to dig into the Legal Mindset rabbit hole, and got a phone call from someone who claimed to have known the guy. They want to remain anonymous, so obviously we have no idea who this is.
This guy, Andrew, people know him now as Legal Mindset, but when I met him, he was just this kind of cocky lawyer in Orlando.
How'd you guys meet originally?
Tinder. I was a junior in high school.
Okay, so that's the X. Okay, yeah.
16 when we matched, but I turned 17 not long after.
Oh, jeez. Okay, so yeah, I mean that's a Legal Mindset would have been in his 30s with this 16-year-old, which is gross. So Tinder has like an 18+ thing on it, right? Where you have to be like 18+ to be on the dating apps, anyways. So, like, it's possible, like, if you want to be charitable, maybe Legal Mindset didn't know the age of this person. Maybe, like, they were just like, oh, they didn't know the age or whatever. Hold on. When did Tinder add 18+ warning? I'm going to just research this on my phone. See if there's, Tinder decided to make its service exclusively for users aged 18 and over, with the new policy taking into effect on the week of June 9th, 2016. Okay, so it's been an 18+ for a while. So I assume, like, if you want to be charitable, Legal Mindset maybe didn't know the age of the person when they were 16. I mean, it's fucking disgusting and nasty if he did know the age and he continued to pursue her when she was 16.
And he was 30 years old?
Yeah. Which freaked me out a little, but he made it feel like it was okay. Like I was just mature for my age. I was taking AP classes, trying to graduate early. He called me ambitious. He said I had an old soul.
So it definitely, like, based on whoever this person's testimony is, it sounds like it implies that Legal Mindset definitely knew the age of this person, that they were 16 years old, and he was trying to pursue a 16-year-old while he was in his 30s, which is... Wow, that's disgusting if that's true. That's really fucked up.
Did he know you were still in school when you guys started talking?
Oh, totally. I'd literally be texting him from the back of chemistry. Once I told him I had to study, and he was like, you owe me a favor for flaking. It started with photos, and then videos, and if I didn't send them right away, he'd get cold. Like I was a disappointment. He knew exactly how to make me feel like I messed up. When I got older, around 21, 22, I started noticing how different things looked in hindsight. The way he used to talk about me, how young I was, how clean. It started to feel sick. He started pulling away when I turned 18, like I was aging out of what he liked. I tried reaching out to him at one point to make sure he deleted everything, but he blocked me on everything. I started searching online, sites, forums, Stuff I wish I'd never seen, but I found a few clips, screenshots. I knew it was mine.
Did you report it to the police for revenge?
What the fuck?
Yeah. I was living in Gainesville by then.
So, not only did Legal Mindset potentially pursue a person that he knew was 16, based on what I'm hearing here, but he also had, like, revenge CP of this minor, and then, like, was posting it online. That's really disgusting and fucked up. Jesus Christ.
I went to the cops with everything I had. Links, screenshots, a whole damn folder.
Now, the unfortunate reality about this situation is we're not going to know if there's actually any validity to these claims, because it is just testimony of somebody saying it. But, I mean, given that Legal Mindset is a passport bro, like, there's definitely, like, I wouldn't doubt it, quite frankly. But I can't definitively say whether it did happen. It's fucked up if it's true. Like, if all this is true, this is gross.
They acted like they were taking it seriously, but nothing ever happened.
Legal Mindset would respond to all of this a week later, claiming that this mysterious woman was actually a Johnny Somali fangirl who did this to slander his good image.
Now, while this is not confirmed, it is speculated by one Johnny Somali. You can check out his X account, but he did identify a member of the a female member of the Somali Discord with a history of fake calls. She's mentally ill. She's been seen in videos snorting meth, and she's a little bit of a fascist.
Wow. That's a great fucking defense. Just, I guess that was, I don't know what I was expecting. I mean, like, it was probably going to be the defense he was going to make. He was going to be like, oh, this woman's just crazy. She doesn't know what she's talking about. She does meth for a living. Oh, but she is also crazy. She doesn't know what she's talking about. It kind of just sounds like Legal Mindset was using plausible deniability language. Did he actually, like, deny and say, no, this didn't happen? I mean, I probably wouldn't believe him if he fucking said, like, if he did deny it. But did he even, like, ever make an attempt to deny it?
A little bit of a fascist who has done this in the past, created several fake calls to frame people.
Where the fuck did the fascist come from? Do you even know what a fascist is?
People, libel people, etc. Now, that's not to say it's her. It may not be her, but all it is to say is there's no verification on who this person is. This person could be anybody, but all we know is,
it's Antifa, guys. Trust me, bro. Trust me, bro. It's Antifa.
I know is it's completely fake.
The woman in question denied this claim, as Alex reached out to her afterwards to confirm this.
She also denied it, and I'll show you my DMs with her on Twitter. I don't know how you dragged into this. I don't know you at all. Fuck all these pedos trying to obfuscate. And she said, I know, we've literally never met, interacted, or spoken. I'm so sorry about all this. I said, not your fault, LOL. And she said, yeah, man, I don't know. People got a hate hard on for me. I said, thanks for coming out and saying it's not you, because it's fucking not. And she said, this is me. And she sent me the picture of her with the Nazi sign. She's not the person in the call. And if you were to hear the call uncensored, you know it's not her.
So far, this is a he said, she said situation. However, the arguments that Andrew makes to defend himself are laughably bad.
Some of these, I believe, are...
I mean, he literally calls her a fascist, and, like... like, that just came out of nowhere. Like, what the fuck? Where did that come from?
Traffic related. So he's accusing me of trafficking. That is human trafficking.
It's
Don't you... Wait, hold on. Do you have pics of the docs? Some of these, I believe, are traffic related. Don't people spell trafficking with a K at the end of all this? Like, if it's just normal traffic, aren't they talking about, like, car traffic or, like, vehicle traffic instead of, like, human trafficking?
Traffic violations. Traffic is spelled with a K.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, like, if they're talking about human trafficking, it would be with a K at the end.
I said some of these, I believe, are traffic related. But there's one criminal. Bro, you're a lawyer!
First, he claims that the story is fake, because someone under the
He cosplays as a lawyer, at least.
age of 18 can't sign up to Tinder due to age verifications.
This wouldn't make much sense because they're claiming, oh, you met on Tinder. Well, Tinder was 18 plus at age verification as of the year before.
Well, yeah, just to be clear, like, Tinder has age verification. According to my research, it's had this age verification since June of 2016. But people, that's not stopping kids from lying about their age to get on Tinder. Like, people lie about their age all the time. On dating apps, if I suspect that somebody is underage, I swipe away. I don't risk it. I don't care. Like, I know dating apps are getting better with moderation when it comes to, like, not letting minors on there. So I like dating apps are generally speaking very good about that sort of thing. But if I do suspect that somebody looks like a minor or is a minor, I don't fucking take the risk. I just move on to the next. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Also, I'm turning 24 like tomorrow, actually, as a matter of fact. As of me recording this video, I kind of just forget when my birthday is these days, to be honest, because I just don't really care about it anymore. But yeah, I'm literally turning 24. I don't need to be taking that sort of risk anymore. I'm too old for that.
So that would be something logistically that wouldn't simply happen.
Yeah, Tinder's age verification didn't go into effect in America until 2024.
Oh, really? That's so weird because, like, according to my research, it said that they had an 18 plus thing on in June of 2016. Is that only specifically to like other countries? Maybe like okay, that's weird. That's so odd. I mean, okay, I that's weird. I could have sworn that it was in 2016 because I looked it up, but I guess not. Okay.
The story being told by the alleged victim took place around 2016 to 2017. To say that there's no possibility of an underage girl being on Tinder at that time is stupid. Andrew also questions why he can't find a police report.
Oh, so the actual, like, Tinder thing at the time took place then? Okay.
Report due to Florida's Sunshine Law. Yet the alleged victim never claimed they filed the report. They just said they went to the police, and the police didn't take it seriously.
And the whole reason why we have the Florida Man meme, for those that don't know, is because Florida has to turn over everything. Mug shots, arrest records, stories, everything. So all these Florida Man stories come out because our sunshine laws let everything out. So if there was any arrest record, any mug shot, any photo, anything in Florida, it would come out. All of that would come out. So either this didn't happen or it didn't happen. There's no other way around that.
This is confusing to me because the Sunshine Law doesn't make everything public. There are exemptions.
Well, to my knowledge, and I'm not a legal expert, so don't take my commentary as the gospel, but like the Sunshine Law to make everything public applies to a lot of things. And one of those things, the reason I heard about it was because of predators, actually. Like, I know if they do, like, any sting operations or predator operations in Florida, they specifically have to make it public because they be catching a lot of predators in Florida. Apparently, there's a whole lot of them. Who would have thought? And they go public about it. So that's how I heard about it. But I don't know every single aspect to it.
Also, who's to say a police report was written out and never filed? In the Johnny Somali documentary, Alex filed a Freedom of Information request regarding Andrew. One of these reports comes from an unrelated family in Orlando, who found a mysterious backpack in their backyard. This was confirmed to belong to Andrew.
What the fuck?
As his cell phone was inside the bag. Alex connects this to a police report filed 4 days earlier by Andrew himself, who had his car broken into. He mentions all the items that were stolen from it.
Why the fuck would there be a backpack in somebody's backyard? I need to listen to that one more time. There was so much in that I just missed.
Their backyard. This was confirmed to belong to Andrew, as his cell phone was inside the
hold on.
Backyard. This was
It came from a family in Orlando who had just returned home from vacation. This police report
was confirmed to belong to Andrew.
Okay, or it is referring to the backpack, I guess. The backpack, it belonged to Andrew. It was confirmed, that part. Okay.
As his cell phone was inside the bag. Alex connects this to a police report filed 4 days earlier by Andrew himself, who had his car broken into. He mentions all the items that were stolen from it.
Okay, so parking pass, sun pass, car charger, loose change, CD collection, chewing gum, and a prescription of Montelukast. I don't know what the fuck that is.
But no mention of a backpack or his phone. Alex speculates that Andrew didn't report the phone missing due to what the alleged victim claimed, that Andrew had revenge porn in his possession.
Oh. Well, yeah, I mean, the alleged victim claimed that earlier here, the 16-year-old. Okay.
In his response, he claims this is just a work phone that he didn't care about, which is why he did not report it.
My car was broken into. I noticed my sun pass was gone, so I reported that and some other minor stuff that was taken. And I didn't even notice the backpack was gone because, frankly, I didn't care. These meetings didn't happen very often, and I really didn't care about that work phone or the useless paperwork. It was
Get the fuck out of here. I'm sorry. That is such cope. Oh my god. You'd have to be an idiot to believe this. Get the fuck out of here. What? I didn't care about that backpack. Dude, when I go in public, if I ever bring my backpack anywhere, that shit is next to me like 24/7, or at least within my sight. 24/7. I am always making sure I know where my backpack is at all times. Get the fuck out of here saying, I didn't care about my backpack. I didn't need it. Dude, what the fuck? And you didn't care about your work phone that was in your backpack either? I find that so unbelievably hard to believe.
It was only when it was found 4 days later that I'm like, oh yeah, okay, yeah, okay, that got taken. That's fine. 4 days later. I didn't need it at all during that period of time. It wasn't necessary. It wasn't anything that was important. So that what if is absolutely the biggest ridiculousness.
It's such bullshit. I don't buy it at all. That is such cope.
Of all.
So this guy went out of his way to report stolen change and chewing gum from his car, but not his second phone and documents he used for work. Yeah, that totally checks out. When I get my truck broken into, I'll be sure to report my half-empty water bottle as missing and not my expensive cell phone. Overall, his response is fucking terrible. He spends half of it trying to smear Alex as a bad-faith liar, by claiming he's a Hassan Piker dick rider or a Johnny Somali sympathizer. Clearly by watching the documentary, you can tell that he's not the latter. And really, I don't care who Alex is a fan of if his information is correct. Out of both these guys, only one of them seems to have something to hide.
I've got nothing to hide.
Andrew...
Clearly you do, because apparently there's a alleged CP of a 16-year-old on your phone while you're in your 30s.
Andrew conveniently skips over an entire section of the documentary referencing him. The part about Go East Gentlemen. This was Andrew's...
Oh yeah, where he's like a fucking passport bro, yeah.
...his former side project, which he announced in March of 2023. Excited to announce that starting tomorrow, March 1st, my new channel, Go East Gentlemen, will go live. This channel is entirely focused on the practical aspects of moving from west to east, particularly for men. Although ladies will find important information on the channel as well. This will be information on visas, residency, finding apartments, jobs, dating, and setting up life in countries such as Korea, Japan, Thailand, etc.
Yeah, that's exactly what being a passport bro is. That's pathetic. Like, what? Could you not find anybody in the West to go with because they are more easy to set boundaries up with?
However, if you go to...
I just think that's so pathetic that, like, because you know that, like, you are going to go to these countries because you know that these women don't have as much boundaries as, like, a Western woman would. Like, that's pathetic. That's really, like, that's gross and that's pathetic. It really, like, clues us into the kind of person that Legal Mindset is.
To the channel now, you'll find that all of its videos have been scrubbed. You'll see why in a bit. However, I did manage to archive a few notable videos, as Alex Novell himself sent those he showcased in his documentary. They'll be up on my second channel, Rob's Media Archive. From the surface, it seems kind of normal. The channel, and its subsequent website, advertised Andrew's legal services, where he'd help people get visas.
But I'm building my other businesses, specifically helping folks come over here to Asia, which, you know, is through my Go East channel. That's in and of itself its own business. I do consultations on goeastgentleman.com. And I have helped to date approximately 72 people come to Asia.
Why? For what reason?
So
they could, like, have an easier time to sleep with other women?
I've had folks, these are not just people that call me, and there are people that just call me and want to talk. That's fine. I can talk to you, right? If you book a consultation, I'll talk to you. But these folks are actually coming. They've come to Japan, Korea, Philippines, Thailand. Some of them I've helped get visas. Some of them I've just told them how to get a visa, and they've gone and done it themselves.
However, he's mostly interested in getting passport bros to Asia. If you don't know what a passport bro is, they're sex tourists who intend on moving to Asian countries to get with their women.
Yeah, and I think that's pathetic, personally. I think that's lame. Listen, I don't think there's anything wrong with going to another country and you just so happen to hook up with another woman if you meet a woman that you like and you just happen to hook up with her. I think that's different from, like, straight up going there because it's easier to get with women there because they don't have as many firm boundaries as, like, a normal Western woman would. That's very different.
Now, we're going to be talking about a certain movement that has blown up on the internet, that's gotten out there. That's right. It's the Passport Bros. Now, don't worry, I'll explain
And he just openly admits to being one. Incredible.
everything, but this is going to be a controversial one. I'm certain this is going to be clipped. So the passport bros, what are they? What is it? Well, it's not, it's like one of those things that you try to make it into a single group person or organization, but it really isn't. It's really just a movement of people that are seeking out foreign women because, well, they don't want to deal with Western women, particularly American women.
And this is where the political...
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Because, like, the only reason... Why don't you want to deal with Western women? Like, why? Because they actually, like, have, like, some level of taste and they can, like, actually set up more firm boundaries for themselves? That is the only, like, conclusion I can come to from that. Is saying, you don't want to deal with Western women because they actually have legitimate boundaries. I don't know, dude. Very icky energy. Super, like, everything we've seen up until this point is just, like, super icky energy from Legal Mindset. Like, this is actually, like, kind of insane.
aspect comes into play. Andrew and those like him believe America...
And I wouldn't doubt that he probably is, like, interested in, like, the age of consent being, like, lowered in these states as well, considering he was totally chill with, like, rizzing up a 16-year-old while he's in his 30s.
...has gone too woke. It's too progressive for his liking. So his solution is for Western men to date women from Asian countries, as they tend to house more traditional values. These women tend to also see these passport bros as rich in comparison to the men from their own country. Andrew hates the negative connotation of the word, showing deep offense to those in the West who disparage the passport bro lifestyle.
They've been said that, oh, you guys are just committing a different form of purchasing, paying for sex, prostitution, whatever else you want to call it, and engaging in the sex industry. That's all it is. Well, that is highly insulting. And I would even say it's pretty much racist against these other countries, saying that if these other countries, other women suddenly don't have agency as people, that you as a woman, particularly the women in the West that are complaining about this, and the guys, the beta guys that enable them, that, you know, back them up, that...
I don't think there's anything more beta than going to other countries with the purpose of having sex with other women, because Western women are just harder to get with for you, and you can't find yourself a Western woman who will actually put up firm boundaries. I would argue it's actually more masculine to get a Western woman because they are able to put up more firm boundaries for themselves. I would argue that's even more masculine than doing whatever the fuck you're doing.
These points.
Isn't that the whole reason why you're moving to the East to begin with?
They're saying that, oh, the women over here, they can't make their own choices. You're coming with your Western money and suddenly, you know, you're dazzling them and enchanting them and you're removing their agency. No, that is clearly not the case. Women over here are absolutely intelligent. They know what they're doing. They're playing 4D chess. You're playing...
So why do you hate Western women then? Why don't you want to deal with them? Can you explain that one?
2D. They're playing 4D chess on you. They're far ahead of the game. So I think it's very condescending when women, especially Western women, say, oh, it's just engaging in the industry.
Andrew argues that Western women are hypocrites due to the popularity of things like OnlyFans, but I personally think that both options are retarded.
Whoa! Rob's Media, you can't say that. Also, I just realized what Rob's Media said. I was so focused on the fact that he said that, but Jesus Christ, dude. Both options are stupid. Incredible. Okay.
The Go East content promotes prostitution and other forms of sex work, those more shady than what we have here in America.
Guys, I love sex workers, you know, like if you get an OnlyFans, you do you. That's, we love our OnlyFans workers.
There is possibility to get pretty cheap rent in Korea. What is Korea good for? Korea has really hot women. That's just very clear. Philippines is good for pussy. So if you are a loser, if you are old as hell, if you are just an absolute, like, you're like, dude, I can't get laid anywhere, go to the Philippines, you'll get laid.
Dude, you literally just said earlier that, like, you are racist if you think that you're engaging in, like, prostitution by going to these other countries to try to, like, have sex with women or whatever, or to get laid. Like, it's very, like, racist and condescending to engage in that, and now you literally just contradicted yourself.
So that's what I can just say. Straight up, if you're a guy who's interested in that, explore the Philippines. Obviously, Thailand, very open in terms of sexuality, sex culture. Obviously, they have the go-go bars, the ladies, you know, working. And by the way, all of that is completely legal. I've talked about this in terms of positive law. And the way positive law works, which is the law in Thailand and a lot of Southeast Asia, is unless, in Japan as well. By the way, shout out to Max Mira. Again, my resident Japanese on the spot. Unless it is specifically banned, it's permitted. So let's be very
I don't like the sound of that. Unless it's specifically banned, it's permitted.
clear about that.
Sounds like the kind of thing you would hear in like a fucking frat house.
Unless it's specifically banned, it's permitted. So what is illegal in Thailand? It's illegal to have sex for money in public. See, that's the deal. In public. In private, it doesn't matter. So, and the definition of private is the curtain, right? To pull the curtain, it's fine. So just be understand, if you're a guy who wants to do that, that's available to you down there. Thai women, very much like Western men, very open to it. So yeah, that's Thailand. Watch the lady boys, but frankly, also they don't really bother you. Frankly, and I've been in all parts of Thailand, they don't bother you, and they're not gonna lie to you or trap you or anything else like that. You're gonna know.
Come on, Andrew. We know you love those lady boys. This guy has way too
Okay.
much knowledge of them for it to be normal.
I can understand having been in the Philippines, because I can say this, and this is all due respect. This is nothing about ladyboy or not ladyboy. It's just the Philippines versus Thailand. Thailand has a more of a sabai, a cool attitude. Philippines is way more aggressive.
Well, I don't know, man.
No. The Filipino ladyboys. I can tell you this in Manila.
Right.
And
You're an expert.
I can
Okay.
see how that was imported
All right.
here. Are far more aggressive than the Thai ladyboys. And
Until they're not. Until it changes. Until the ties snap and it's like.
well, yeah, but that's a different.
Yeah, true.
Very
true.
Like off rip.
Well, because next thing you know, it's the gangs in New York on Soy 11 featuring
Yes.
all the lady boys.
Yes.
Hey, you're not one of those silly men that's dressed like a woman, are you? No, baby, I'm the real thing.
It's very clear to me that Andrew's knowledge of this must come from personal experience.
Yeah, it seems like it.
He's inadvertently admitted to being polyamorous, meaning he's interested in dating or sleeping with multiple different partners in Thailand.
Is that why he called off the engagement with his fiance? I wouldn't doubt he was the one that did it, or maybe the woman that he was seeing, who was a Western woman that he was supposed to get married to, I guess realized how much of a total fucking hack legal mindset is, and I guess called off the engagement and realized, hey, I actually don't want to put the ring on with this guy. That would be terrible. And I guess if that's the case, she made the right call.
Which is where he currently lives.
I was engaged. I was engaged to be married. I was completely monogamous. I would believe 100% that was going to work. Ultimately and sadly, that did not work.
This guy spends every weekend in Soy Cowboy picking up Thai prostitutes, taking notes so he can present his knowledge of Asian women on his next Go East livestream.
Also, Korea, one of the capitals of plastic surgery. There are large-breasted women. I have seen personally women with G-cup boobs.
Okay, dude, Jesus fucking Christ.
H-cup boobs. Very possible. Now,
why do you know about this? Why do you, fill your... listen, I'm a fucking gooner to, the fucking 11th underworld. But, I don't even know if I would know this much about, overseas... women in the East. I don't know if I would put... Okay, dude, this is fucking insane.
And a lot of them are wearing padded bras and other things like that, so you do have to, buyer beware. But there are very large-breasted women, also, surgically enhanced. Now, whether you feel how you feel about that is up.
Guys, this guy's a lawyer, by the way. I have to remind everybody that's watching. This guy is a lawyer. He's supposed to be giving legal law expertise in the U.S. Meanwhile, this guy is moving in several different locations on the fucking East.
But there are definitely curvaceous women. I think people who say, "Oh, all Asian women are..."
Can you imagine if Taylor Lorenz tried to sleep with people on the East, tried to get with men, but could only do it by going to the East Coast? I don't think she would have that much of a hard time. But because she's too busy fucking fawning over Hassan Parker. But still,
flat, and it's just they haven't been here and they haven't seen it. It may not be to your standards if you're, thinking about the big booty Lizzos and stuff like that. That's a whole separate category. But I would say try it out. Go check it out. Go check out the Filipinos. Go check out Southeast Asia. Check out Japan. Check out Korea and see what that is. But there's lots of ones that are out there getting quite curvy women. You can get laid anywhere with some cash, though. Viking Gnome, dude. 100% true. 100% true.
Some have criticized Andrew for extensively promoting forms of sex trafficking, though Alex's videos don't really got to him. Instead of responding to it all, he instead purged all the videos and took down the Go East website. What really made me want to look down the legal mindset rabbit hole was a stream he did last month regarding Colorgate. I'm sure you've heard of this situation.
Oh yeah, where he went on like this unhinged rant about like Antifa is targeting him or whatever, and that like, you know, the fucking like woke white women from the West or whatever are trying to target him, and that he's gonna become like the next Charlie Kirk. He went on like this really unhinged fucking like rant.
By now, Hassan Piker, famed political streamer on Twitch, seemingly shocked his dog on stream with an e-collar.
He definitely shocked the dog, just to be clear. Like, he reached over to press a button. Like, listen, the biggest problem was that Hassan just kept lying about it, and the narrative kept changing, which kept the story alive, and then he had, like, a fucking meltdown that, like, kept the drama going for even longer.
I'll be going...
And if anything, I think Hassan got lucky that the Mizkif stuff happened, because that kind of took him out of the limelight for a little bit.
More in depth on that in a future video, but we're here to discuss the crazy shit Andrew said during his October 15th livestream. People noticed how off he was during this, which he claims is due to him being stalked.
Because of what's been happening to me over the last 3 days and how crazy it's been, how unbelievable it's been, it's a little more emotional. Because it's been emotional for me to have people stalking me and tracking me and coming after me. These Antifa crazy woke white women and their thug allies that they were probably hired by Soros money to be coming after me. But listen, man, I'm willing to stick up for truth and freedom, and I'm not going to let these these woke women and these Soros thugs and Antifa stop me. I'm going to speak the truth. I'm going to speak up, and no one's going to stop me to do that. No amount of Soros money is going to stop that. No amount of CCP, commie, leftist stuff. No amount of Hassan Piker, the golden boy. None of these people are going to stop me.
It's crazy. I don't know if Rob's Media plays it, but like he says he's going to become the next Charlie Kirk.
According to him, supporters of Hassan are after him and stalking him in real life. He claims to have evidence of this, but declines to show it on stream and instead describes his experiences with them.
Source, trust me, bro.
They're abroad. They can get me in Thailand, and they have been stalking me, right? I have pictures to confirm it. I've got everything else to confirm it, information. I've called them out in person, at one of the BTS stations by M Quarter, where I like to do my shopping, get clothes. There were these two woke white women. They were super ugly and mean looking and woke, and I pointed out...
How did you know that they were Hassan Parker fans, though? Like, what evidence do you have to know that, like, oh yeah, these guys watch a lot of Hassan Parker? Like, was that just an assertion you made? Like, how do you know if that was the case?
At them because they're stalking me, and I want to call them out. So I know that somebody's stalking me. I just point them out. Like, hey, two people, I see them right there. There were these woke women stalking me. I point them out, and they got scared, like, ah! Because they're so weird. They're so easily excitable. Like, woke women just scare right away. Like, oh, I rustle my jimmies, because I'm a woke white woman. Oh, I'm so woke. Right?
This guy is so weird. Like, he's weirdly, like, red pill adjacent, and he's, like, weirdly, like, fucking, like... he's weirdly, like, red pill adjacent. This guy is a passport bro. This guy is, like, so weird. He, like, gives me such the ick.
That's what they did, and they ran off, right? Because they're afraid of, real men, real masculine men. So there's this one...
Yeah, not for nothing. Real masculine men don't fucking go overseas because it's easier to get laid as opposed to, like, getting a woman in the West. So, like, I feel like that's what the real masculine thing is to do.
Woman,
if you want to, like, talk about actually being masculine for a moment.
Starbucks with my buddy Ryan. There's this, like, woke white woman. She had, like, black hair, black and white hair, whatever. I did an AI because she looked like Hillary Clinton. She was, like, scowling, and she's like, "Can I sit here right next to you?" I was like, no, you cannot sit here and eavesdrop on my conversation with my buddy. Like, stay the fuck away from me, you woke white woman. It's like, what are you trying to do? It's like so Joker. It's so amateurish. Like, it's so weird. But they're not professionals. They're not real people that have training or skills. They're just like jokers. They're like amateurs.
Now, to me, Andrew sounds like the crazy one here. He comes across as paranoid due to online criticism of him, blowing up at strangers who he perceives as against...
He has, like, paranoia of Antifa, even though Antifa, to be honest with you, I just don't... Like, Antifa's not even, like, real. Like, people claim, oh, it's, like, this organized thing by all the, like, leftists or whatever, that Antifa is, like, so violent. They're not real. They're not real. They're not ran by anybody. They're not, like, an actual organized thing or, like, an organized movement. It's not real. You can literally Google search it and, like, you'll get results saying that Antifa is not as, like, organized or as, like, a movement that, like, everybody, like, makes them out to be.
Him due to their appearances. These are probably just normal people who were confused as hell why this schizo, bug-eyed man was yelling at them.
Fucking bug-eyed man is crazy. He kind of does have those bug eyes, though. Yeah, I'm looking. I can kind of see it.
Honestly, I kind of wish that somebody filmed this. Would have made for a great viral video. But to Andrew, this is all serious. He genuinely seems to believe that he's in some level of danger because he talked about Hassan's dog. Enough to make parallels to Jeffrey Epstein.
Eat my sandwiches. So some of those mean if you're on the news that you self-deleted the legal mind. Yes, that's what I'm trying to say. So if you see the news that I died or something happened to my family or my friends or my dog, it's not my dog. Actually, I don't have any pets. Mudang is my love. Mudang is my love. Mudang's like my daughter. We're going to talk about that today.
Why? This guy's in his 30s and he's saying Mudang is my daughter. This like stuffed like plushy thing is my daughter. This guy is a man in his 30s.
Yeah, I did not self-delete myself. So if anybody tries to cook up the story that I self-deleted, it's not true. You know, I'm not at all a person that would ever do that. Like, I would never. I hate that. I believe in the 10 Commandments, thou shalt not kill, including yourself, right? So no, never. I would never do that.
He wants to die a martyr and compares himself to Charlie Kirk, who was the victim of a political assassination.
I speak the truth and I speak for freedom. And if I'm dying for truth and freedom, then I'm dying for truth and freedom. If I'm the Charlie Kirk of Thailand, the Thailand version.
This guy's so unhinged. Jesus fucking Christ.
Of Charlie Kirk, that's what it is, right? You know, I'm willing to die for that. I'm willing to stick up for truth and freedom because I'm an American. I'm a red-blooded American, a little bit of a rebel.
You're not really that much of an American anymore. Like, you live in, like, Eastern countries. Like, you're, like, the furthest thing from an American at this point.
A bit of a pirate.
Yet despite thinking he's being stalked by Antifa, he doesn't consider going to the police, even when a super chat suggests so.
Bald Eagle 1787 says, you should let the local authorities know about how Antifa. No, it's fine. Look, once again, I'm a lone operator. I just out here a lone wolf for just being an American and being free. And if I die for being free, I die for being free. I mean, I just let you guys know as my audience that freedom is worth fighting for. Freedom is worth fighting for.
He brings this all up on stream because he believes further discussion of collar gates could be the tipping point to these so-called stalkers. Why is that, you may ask? Well, because Andrew suggests that Hassan be tortured for supposed crimes.
I was gonna make the title, Slavery is Legal, and we need more of it.
Why?
But I was afraid of dying.
Oh my god.
Because I travel. And all it takes is one unhinged Antifa lunatic to kill me. And I'm not like Superman here. I'm not James Bond. Even though I'm very good at counter surveillance and because I've studied it, I'm not James Bond.
What a fucking weirdo. Jesus Christ.
What I mean is legal
mindset is like actually like pro-slavery as well. Like he's openly admitting that like he's like pro-slavery.
Under the 13th Amendment. Neither slavery nor involuntary servitude, except as punishment for crime, were of the party shall have been duly convicted, shall exist within the United States or in any place subject to their jurisdiction. That's the law. That's the 13th Amendment. What does that say? Neither slavery nor involuntary servitude, except as punishment for crime. Except as punishment for crime. Shock collars on prisoners is an amazing idea. It's going to save money, time. It's going to be great. It's a super great idea. I may have gotten this idea when I was a little, crazy, but it's a good idea. Some of my ideas are good. People need to listen to my ideas because they're good ideas, and they should just hear them out. Hear out my idea, because my ideas sometimes they'll work, sometimes they won't work. I've made mistakes. Hey, I'm not perfect. I make mistakes, but I make them right. I make good on my mistake.
Maybe we should be putting the shock collar on Andrew. He clearly needs the nerves on his brain to be rewired.
True.
I mean, this guy goes on unhinged rants throughout this stream about the pygmy hippopotamus, Mudang.
Wild Man of Yavin says, I'll bet that lizard behind you looks shifty. This is not a lizard! Okay, Danielle, ban them from a chat for shit-talking Mudang. Okay, I have an entire slide on how I love Mudang. Okay, ban this motherfucker from the chat right now. Or they can apologize. If they apologize, it's fine. If they apologize, it's fine. I'm about forgiveness. I'm a big forgiveness man. If someone tells me directly what I did wrong, I will apologize for that.
This guy is in his 30s and he's getting emotional about a fucking, like, life-size plushie.
This grown man then mentions sleeping with this hippo plushie and refers to it as his daughter. which is surprisingly not the creepiest thing about this guy.
Whatever you do, don't inspect its mouth with a black light. Whatever you do.
Some of you don't.
I'm scared to find out what the fuck you're gonna find.
Some of you don't know about Mudang, so I'm gonna explain Mudang. Mudang is a very cute pygmy hippopotamus. I have a picture of her later. I'm gonna show you. Right, very cute, very lovable. I may or may not sleep with this because it's so cute. It's so cute.
I bet you do.
The hat I like because it's like freedom and doing what you want and dressing what you want. I like to wear whatever clothes I want and do whatever I want. You guys would be shocked by my IRL style versus my suit style on my streams, because I like to keep it professional here so everyone sees that I look like a lawyer, that I look like a professional. But in real life, I like to wear fun clothes and do whatever I want to do. I just think it's fun. So Mudang likes fun too. So I love
Cool.
Mudang. Love Mudang so much. And if you ever visit Thailand, go to the Khao Kiao Zoo, visit Mudang, go there, bring, everyone will be happy, make a bunch of money, here for something positive for Mudang, right? We can support Mudang. So, yes. She's a little chunkier now, but I still love her. I will not hide my love for Mudang, okay? I just come out and say it like a man.
Bro, he's still going on about Mudang.
I'll come out and say it like a man that I love my daughter, okay? That's just what a man says. A man comes out, a real man comes out and says, I love my daughter and I want to protect her. And
This grown-ass man is calling a fucking life-size plushie his daughter.
that's my motivation. And I'm
Holy
like, oh,
fuck,
okay,
dude.
that's cool, right? Because I would understand that,
This guy's such a weirdo.
right? I understand love for a daughter, right? I understand that.
Andrew eventually removed this stream in the subsequent edited release,
Yeah, I can see why. He looks like an unhinged lunatic.
as many called him out for being an unhinged loser.
Well, I mean, close enough.
And that's honestly my main takeaway from this guy. He's not a trustworthy figure, especially because he's unable to balance himself. He can't choose between being some entertaining YouTube lawyer or being an anti-woke grifter like Nuxtaku. It makes most normal people who look into him, just a little bit, lose any respect they would have. I mean, that's why I never got into his content. If he's hiding all this shit, then what else could he be hiding?
Alright, well, thank you so much for that, Robs Media. That was a good video. Legal Mindset is fucking weird.